Hey everybody, welcome to Cookin' Louisiana. I am Jay Ducote and we're in my kitchen today cooking up some Jamaican beef patties. These things are excellent little spicy meat pies and I think you're really gonna love it. Start by browning off our ground beef. So that's what we're gonna put in first, a little vegetable oil, and then in a hot skillet, we're gonna hear that sizzle already. One of the stars of the show is our homemade dough for these meat pies. I've got 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and that's gonna go in my mixing bowl right here. And I've got a seasoning blend that has some curry powder, some turmeric. It also has a little Jamaican allspice and a little bit of salt. That's gonna go in there with my flour. And then I have some melted butter that I'm gonna add, and that's gonna do most of the work to make this dough. So I also have half a cup of cold water. Now this is actually cold water that I pulled out of my refrigerator. And I'm using cold water because I want it to really kind of bring that butter back together. If you used hot water, it would melt the butter, it would keep that butter melted. The cold water is gonna really kind of bring that butter back to a solid state from a liquid. But I've got my dough here, and you can see that this is all gonna come together now. So there's my dough. Now I can put my ground beef to the side. In my pan I can go in with my yellow onion, and I can also add my red bell pepper. All right, I put a glove on for this because I don't want to actually touch this pepper with my hand. This is a habanero, or a Scotch bonnet pepper, famous in Jamaican cooking, where the heat from a lot of Jamaican jerk comes from. I'm just gonna dice it up, kind of like I would if it was a bell pepper or a jalapeno. This one habanero should be enough for all of these Jamaican meat pies that we're making. They're not gonna just completely burn your face off. All right, now that our onions and bell pepper and a little habanero are cooking down, and you're gonna be able to tell when that habanero goes in the pan because you're gonna get that pepper light you up a little bit. We can also go in with the garlic. And I'm gonna go ahead and put my chopped green onion in as well. So I've got some smoked paprika here, a little dry thyme, black pepper, some curry powder, more turmeric, some more Jamaican allspice, a little salt, and a little white sugar, just to bring out the natural sweetness and everything. This is our filling that's going inside of these Jamaican beef patties, these meat pies. So I want it to be full of flavor. So all of these spices and a little bit of herb going in there. And now we just wanted to toast that a little bit. I don't want to let it burn. So we're going in with water, and that's gonna help deglaze the pan. And then a little spoon of Better Than Bouillon. So now I just want all this to come together. And now I'm gonna return that beef that we browned off to the pan, with all the vegetables, all the spices and aromatics. And I'm gonna fold all this beef in to make sure that it is all up in that seasoning. We're gonna let this simmer for just a few more minutes, make sure that beef is cooked through all the way because we just browned it off earlier. Then you've gotta let it cool, and while you're doing that, we can get a focus on the dough. All right, so I've got my beef mixture cooked down and cooled off, and I've got my dough out of the fridge now. So I'm ready to make some of these meat pies. So I'm gonna pull off dough in ping pong ball size balls, and then you can shape it using your hands into round balls. So one of the things that you can do is just do this all at once. Just pull off dough balls, shape them, and make a whole bunch of them. Then you take a rolling pin and you start to roll them out. Turn it one way, go back the other way, and take a spoonful of your beef filling, get it right in the middle, and then you're gonna fold that up, and you're kind of like, it's like you're making a dumpling. You're pinching around the dough on both sides to seal it, and then take a fork and go around it and really press it together. And you've got your meat pie onto a pan. Then I'm ready to transfer this pan to the oven. I've got it set on 400 degrees, and I'm gonna have them in there for about 8 minutes. All right, our Jamaican beef patties are out of the oven, so we can go ahead and just plate these guys up. There you go, your Jamaican beef patties.